Welcome children to our lecture on excretion. What is excretion? Excretion is the removal of waste substances out of body. Now, it is the removal of the substances which have been created and now have been used and now they have to be thrown out of the body. Now what happens to the substances? We take inside. Metabolic processes take place which break the substances to produce the energy. Now protein is changed into amino acid and these amino acids will form urea or amine, ammonia or uric acid. These are the most important substances which are thrown out of the body. In case of humans, urea is secreted in the form of urine. Urine contains urea, salts. Now human urine has got water plus urea, some ammonia, uric acid, salts. These are released through a system which is called as to be your excretory system. Before we go to the excretory system of the humans, we need to talk about the excretory system found in other type of organisms. In case of arthropoda, Malpighian tubules are found. These are tube-like structures which are found in this is the midgut or the intestine, this is the hindgut. The hindgut is the last part of the intestine and this is the anus. The substances, this is the body cavity. The blood is filled here and the substances which are not required, they are put inside the Malpighian tubules, they go back and they are released and they are then thrown out of the body. In the case of the earthworms, Nephridia, there is a tube-like structure which is there inside the body. It is actually attached to the body parts and it takes the substances which are not needed. The substances which are needed are absorbed and not needed substances are thrown out of the body through these pores, nephridiophores. Now comes your helminths. Helminths are the Tinea solum, that is Tinea saginata, tapeworm, etc. They contain solenocyte cells or flame cells. These flame cells are called because they have got the cilia which are always in movement. The substances are actually taken up by this pore. There is one pore, funnel-like cavity is there, then tube is there. Through this, it is going to be thrown out of the body. And the substances which are needed, they are absorbed. Same takes place in the case of, so you can see a tube-like structure. Tube-like structure is found in each of them. In case of mammals, apes, in case of the amphibians, pisces, mostly the excretory system is the kidney. The kidney is of different types that you have to learn in your higher classes. Kidney is an important organ of the body which filters everything. Now children, we are going to come to the excretory system of the humans. The excretory system of the human is made up of a pair of kidney, ureter, bladder, urethra, renal vessels. The renal vessels are artery and veins. Arteries bring the blood, here I have drawn with the blue here. It takes the blood inside the kidney and then the veins are going to take back the blood. Now what happens is the blood is first of all, here we are having the nephrons. Nephrons are the unit of the kidney and we will discuss it in the separate topic right now only. Now what happens is the blood is filtered and then all the substances which are waste, they are removed and then the blood is again, it is going to be removed out of the kidney and it goes to the body parts. Now comes what happens to the urine. The urine which is formed, now this goes through, it is collected by the tubes and then it is going to go here. It will be stored. This is the storage place which is known as to be your bladder. So it stores the urine. The urine stores here, and whenever we feel the urge to urinate, the urine is thrown out of the body. That is how the urine is formed and thrown out of the body. Now let us discuss about the nephron. What is nephron? First of all, the question arises, what is nephron? Nephron is the unit of the kidney. There are about millions of nephrons which make the kidney. I will show you how you can draw it. This is how you can draw it. The nephron. This is its Henle's loop. It is also known as loop of Henle. It is highly convoluted or folded structure. Now I will be drawing it with the help of different colors so that the markation is clear. As you see, this is the tube. The nephron is made up of parts. First is, now its first part is Bowman capsule, and then proximal tubule, convoluted tubule we call it. This is Henle loop or loop of Henle. As you see, this is a folding and this is a loop like structure, and then this is your distal tubule, and this is urine collecting duct. Now children, what happens is, there is a blood vessel which comes here, and then it is going to bifurcate or separate into smaller parts, and then it goes out and it touches these all parts of the tubule. Here a special system is formed. So this is your afferent arteriole. This is glomerulus, known as bunch of capillaries. This is efferent arteriole, takes blood out of the Bowman's capsule. The Bowman's capsule has endothelial cells. These are epithelial cells. These are known as podocytes, help in filtration of blood. Now children, what happens is, now you have seen the whole parts. Now how urine is formed. So here I will tell you urine formation. It is ultra filtration, reabsorption, and the third part is secretion. Now these are the three parts how urine is formed. But let us first discuss about the structure of the nephron that I have drawn. First is the Bowman's capsule. Now Bowman's capsule is a capsular like structure and it produces a cavity inside. In this cavity we will see the glomerulus or the arterioles which have bifurcated or separated into very thin capillaries, thin walled capillaries. In the capillaries, the blood is filtered and the blood is going to be filtered here. Now this is going to be again filtered. Now this is filtration taking place. Now blood filters and then urine is passed. Actually the solution is passed. We can say solution passes into the tubule. This is renal tubule, which is your proximal tubule. Here whatever is required is taken and which is not required then it is thrown. Now here complete urine secretion takes place. Now what happens is the things which are required are mostly like water. Water is taken up here by the loop of Henle also. There are certain other salts which are required like NaCl etc. which are taken aback. This process is known as to be your reabsorption. So ultrafiltration takes place in the Bowman's capsule and glomerulus through the endothelial walls of the capillaries as well as the cells, podocyte cells or the epithelial cells which are present in the cuboidal epithelial cells which are present in the Bowman's capsule, and then the solution which has been formed, it passes the RBCs, the protein, they are not passed because they are larger and they are taken up again. The filtered blood goes through this and whatever things are required it takes back like NaCl, water, so it takes back, and the things which are not required they are thrown out of the body. Now reabsorption process takes place, then comes the secretion process. The substances which are not needed like the urea etc. they are thrown out of the body. Now this is all about the nephrons working and excretion. In your 10th class this is what we require. Thank you children. Now I will what happens when the kidney is not working properly. Now this is a question. What happens when kidney is not working? Dialysis process is done for the dialysis. Kidney failure. So dialysis is done. It is artificial removal of wastes. Now here what they have done is there is a cellophane pipe which is there and this is a solution hypotonic. When blood is passed through, human blood is passed, there will be a penetration of a needle in the body and it contains the tube. The tube is connected to this tube and the blood will be passed. From the blood the urea, waste removed, and the blood then again is going to be put inside the body of the, this is filtered blood. This is impure blood. So when the kidney is not working, so this process is applied. Hypotonic, we already learned that the solutions, they move from hypertonic to the hypotonic solution through osmosis. Thank you, children. So there we end your lesson number 1. Okay.